This is Steve Pincus, the owner of Royal Roofing. This is another episode of Roofing 101. We're a GAF certified certified restoration contractor, as well as being certified in the steep slope, low slope, all of that. And we have the GAF factory rep here doing a demo on their silicone roof restoration product. So we've got our roof already power washed in the other video, and now a couple days ago, so the roof is clean and ready for sealant work, primer. And you always have to have a primer before you put a coating down, and then we're going to put down the siliconized cool roof coating. I'm going to show you the labeling. GAF is the oldest and largest roofing manufacturer in the United States, and being certified as basically in their top 2 to 5% of roofing contractors in the nation, which we are. And they have like 4 in Los Angeles, 4 in the Valley, 4 in Orange County, 4 in San Bernardino and Santa Barbara and San Diego. So, you know, it's the elite roofing applicator. Roof restoration has taken the roof industry, the Southern California roof industry, by storm. Instead of doing destructive open heart surgery on a building to strip off down to the wood, replacing wood, plywood, or strip boards or beams and this and that, we do a topical solution and getting a 10, 15, or 20-year guarantee that mimics strip and re-roof. So certainly for surgery centers, assisted living, you know, certainly any medical, bank buildings, they just can some office buildings, they cannot tolerate the so-called the hot tar. We like to call it hot tar cologne, but the hot tar smell, even though there's low fume asphalt out there, or the danger of torch on, or the single ply hot air welded, or the foam, you know, hey, you know, all of that can be destructive with a tear off. So we do a topical solution, and done properly with the right products, certainly you can get that longevity out of it. And silicone is unique, and like I said, revolutionized roofing industry, because ponding water has no effect on the siliconized cool roof coatings. Cool roof meaning being the most reflective. There's a California statute. California has the strictest statutes in the nation, and they are the innovator of the Title 24 cool roof reflective rolled roofing, or reflective shingles, reflective tile versus absorbing heat. So cool roof is required for code. Coating wise, there's my voicemail going on. Coating wise, they have a cool roof. They have a cool roof. Excuse me. They have a cool roof coating, snow white. And it looks like the roof is brand new, pristine, no footprints, no tar marks, no nothing, just straight coating. And again, with proper adhesion, proper quantity, you know, not all thinned out. Some roofers, you know, put fillers in and all that to get more quantity. And meanwhile, you get a thin coating. It looks the same and they get paid, but it doesn't last. It goes 5 years instead of 20 years. So anyway, that's why we're up here just doing a quickie training demo on their product. We've used it for years and years, but we do annual training and recertification, and pro roofers, whether it's coating or re-roof or what, certified contractors, roofing contractors, have to do annual certification to make sure we're up to date with product knowledge. So we'll get back to you in a few minutes and with the actual application, but thanks for listening.
So, United Coatings High Solids Primer, Part A.
Okay.
Part A, Part B is a half and half ratio, 50%, 50%. So we'll throw this one in. The liquid's gonna come first. Stick that right at about half. The next part's different color. Throw in again, right about half. Use your variable speed mixer, pour this drill, keep the whirl. What color you want? You want a gray color. Yep, it's going to turn gray on you.
The viscosity is so thick.
Right.
I've seen some of the primers by other name brands, and the it's watery. Yeah.
So this is primer. This is being put down at a half gallon per square, depending on the substrate. And all you're doing is rolling it out on it.
So this has all been power washed and dried a couple of days ago, so it's as clean as the roof can be, and the loose granules are off, so it really soaks into the nooks and crannies, as we call it, in between the granules, the black that's showing through. And then when the coating gets, once this cures, then the coating goes on and you get the bonding. We like to say like a magnet with metal shavings. You get that bond that the silicone coating is just completely bonded to the primer, like one piece. Even though it's a two-part system, it's bonded like it's a one part.
Remember, you're not trying to build mills here. You're not trying to build millage. You're just trying to get it here for the coating to come. You're not trying to put it down thick.
Nice to have someone else do the work for a change, right? In the yellow shirt is Charles Farrington. He's the GAF West Coast Technical Services Rep for again, GAF, their Pro Restoration Contractor Program. So he's out again as a training and recertification for us to make sure we're up to date with product knowledge. Silicone coatings have revolutionized the roof industry. We used to have the silver paint coatings, and then snow coat from the early 80s. Then it went to silver. Then it went to acrylic elastomeric. But the problem with the acrylic elastomeric is that if there's any ponding, don't back up. If there's any ponding, the coating, even though it's cured, it'll re-emulsify, meaning it'll liquefy, and you get puddles of skin milk. So on a flat roof or a low slope roof, that's not good. So if we have the siliconized coatings, ponding water has no effect. You don't lose any mill thickness either. Like the acrylic coatings, you lose a mill or 2 mils a year. So in 10 years, you can lose 15 or 20 mils of your coating, which means it has to be recoated on a regular. Snow coat. So technology has really come to fruition here in the roofing industry, especially Southern California, with in the western states, Arizona, Nevada, where you have the heat to do these coatings. So right there, Pepe or Jose is edging. We call it edging in, like you do the borders when you paint at home. You do the coping on the floor, when you have the left wall meeting the right wall, the brush or the roller can't get in there, and the ceiling molding. So we etch that in. We should have done that first, but we went right to the field application. So he's gonna do the borders, and then when you roll, it all blends in. So a little bit out of order, but we'll get that done now on the where the metal edge is there. And we've already checked the metal edge, that the rolled roofing at the metal edge, it's notorious that the metal edge heats up, and then the rolled roofing, if it's not primered properly, the metal edge not primered properly, and at the right temperature, the rolled roofing will orange peel up from the metal edge, and you get big leaks. And that's like a 3x3 metal edge. So we've already checked that it's a tight bond there. So they just have to put on the primer, and then they'll mop on or actually roll on the primer. And then once this all dries, then we'll put on some silicone coating and take a look at that. The boys, Carlos and Ricardo, they're taping off the fascia, the metal edge on the fascia on the front side. So they put the painter's tape. So when they peel it off, we don't want to peel off the paint on the painted metal on the side of someone's home or apartment or building. And then also when they go ahead and do the painting, we don't want the paint, even when we're hot mopping, we don't want the tar to drip over the edge and then have to clean the metal. If we put the painter's tape, it drips onto the tape, and we peel it off and it's all clean. So the smarter roofer should take precautionary steps too. to protect the metal edge because it's the face of the building in that. So they've got this all taped off, and then they're priming the metal edge, and then they're applying the silicone. Just like you do the paint at home, you do the borders first, you do all the trim first, and then you paint the field area. And then once that cures, we can apply the white silicone. So we had the two-part primer, the A and B. You mix it together, just like glue. You have glue that you mix part A and part B, then it reacts. So the gray color from the charcoal and the white, the gray, we need a different color primer than the white silicone, because if you have white, you can't tell where your next white line is for tie-in in that. So the primer is gray with GAF. Some other manufacturers have a blue or a mustard color, but the primer is always a different shade, different color than the silicone. So here they've etched in the metal edge that we've already shown you, and they're doing the primer. And then once that dries, then we'll do the white coating to the primer to get that adhesion, and then that's it. Dries, and it can rain after doing a silicone coating. 30 minutes after that's done, it could rain, and you're completely waterproof. So again, it's revolutionized the roof industry. That ponding water has no effect. It can be done pre-rain, same day, even an hour before finish up. The acrylic coatings are water-based, so it needs 7 to 10 days to cure before rain. And now we're into the fall season, and we have the dew at night on the roofs. So you with the dew and acrylic coating, we can't do the acrylics until the spring, because you'll get puddles of skim milk or drips of skim milk going down the gutters and draining down the street. And of course, that's a real problem, especially with the gutters and all that. Neighbors will call, hey, there's something white, they're dumping paint, so it's a big problem. So winter time, fall and winter time, we have to use the non-bleed coatings, and that anyway, it's the best product on the market anyway, the silicone. So we'll show you a little bit more in just a few minutes. This is called a T-top flashing. There's a heater vent below that, so it has this and the round heater. It's like this would be a T. So that's primered with the gray sealant around, and then we come over, once that cures, we come over right here and we seal it with the silicone flashing mastic. And it's again a GAF product. Hector Foreman putting on, and that is rubberized, heavier duty. So they coat all the pipes and vents, and then they'll do the silicone to edge in the metal edge that we've taped off and primered. And once that's all done, then they'll silicone the field part. But this is basically painting on liquid rubber. And here's some more primer. Here's some more primer over here. Applying the silicone co-roof coating, and we're doing, again, this is a training session. We kind of call our roofing 101. Instead of for the customer, this is the roofing 101 for the roofing contractor. We have to do our annual training and recertification. So our GAF factory rep, Charles in yellow, is our West Coast factory rep, Charles Farrington with GAF, and showing us the newest high solid silicone coating. They have the standard silicone coating. Every manufacturer, there's like 20-25 manufacturers with silicone coatings, but the customer should get the high solids or the HS silicone roof coating. That's the thickest. The other coatings, the standard silicone coatings, have fillers in them, and you want almost pure silicone to get maximum adhesion and certainly heavy, thick viscosity. So he's applying the coating, and we have my GM Gilbert, we have my assistant Rudy, Pepe, Ricardo, Johnny over here, and Roofer Carlos, Foreman Hector, and Foreman Javier, so we can see what's going on. We have a couple crews that just pulled in to come check things out and make sure that we're properly applying the product. and able to qualify for the factory warranty, and of course for our roofing's warranty, 10, 15, or 20 years, non-prorated, no co-payment, no deductible. We want to make sure that we're not having service issues during the rainy season. We want to be working with new customers and getting their roof issues solved, not going back on leak calls and issues on jobs that have already been completed. So training, constant training, and up-to-date product knowledge is the key.